Science wasn't your favorite subject in school. In fact, you found it kind of boring, or you struggled with figuring out what your teacher was saying in the first place. And now you have to teach this subject to your kids at home. Can you really teach science even though you hated it in school? Today we're going to talk about how you can teach science at home and give you a boost of encouragement to teach a subject to your children. I'm Paige Hudson, and this is the Teaching Science at Home show, where we break down the complexities of teaching science into building blocks you can use in your home. So there's this misconception out there in science that it's this lofty subject that's best left to the experts. And if you don't understand every jot and tittle, you can't possibly teach science in your home. Well, the honest truth is that the bulk of science can be understood, appreciated, and taught by even the average homeschool mom. The key here is to get a good curriculum, something that will partner with you, hold your hand, and help you to teach science to your students. What does a good curriculum look like? Well, it contains 3 keys, and it's from a trusted source. The 3 keys to teaching science. The first one is performing hands-on scientific tests. In our previous 2 episodes, we've talked about how important experiments are in your homeschool. And so that's the first key. You need to have hands-on scientific tests, whether that's demonstrations, experiments, nature study, or a couple of other options. But you need to have those each and every week. Then the second thing you need to do is you need to gather information. So you need to get trusted information from a good source. So whether you get that from an encyclopedia or a living book or even a textbook or maybe YouTube videos, you need to have your students gathering information from some source each week as they learn. And then your third key is to keep a record. So they need to be writing down what they're learning. And that's because we want to connect the 2 parts of their brain. We want to connect where they've read and learned about something with them actually physically writing it down, or where they've seen something with them actually physically writing it down. Because there's research that proves when you write it down, you're more likely to remember it. Okay, so now that you understand what those 3 keys are, that you need to have some kind of hands-on, some way to gather information, and some way to write it down. Having the right curriculum in place will provide you with the tools you need to teach science no matter what your experience is with the subject. You'll know how to add the hands-on, you'll know what information your students need to study, and you'll know how to help them remember that by recording it down. So choosing the right curriculum is an important step in getting over that experience hurdle. In our next episode, we'll talk more about 4 steps you can take to choose the right curriculum for your family. See you next time. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Teaching Science at Home show, sponsored by Elemental Science. In addition to making these great tips possible, Elemental Science also offers a full lineup of easy-to-use science plans for your home, co-op, or school. Head on over to elementalscience.com to learn more.